I honestly cannot believe that I'm sitting here recording season 2, episode 2 already. Time moves so fast, and the realities we are uncovering are so deep. In our first episode, we set a critical foundation by breaking down what power truly is. We looked at how power dynamics shape our lives and how large systems use the power to control, manipulate, and silence individuals. But before we dive deeper into this season and talk about forced child marriages or any other heavy topics, we have to look at the immediate weapon that power uses to keep people silent. We have to discuss judgments first. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard the old phrase, don't judge a book by its cover. It is a very simple phrase, but it carries a deep meaning if we clearly pay attention to it. What that phrase really means to me is this: we see things, we see people, and we see situations, and we quickly jump into judgments, biases, and labels. We do this without even sincerely, truly to understand the depth, the struggle, the fear, and the barriers that these individuals carry every single day. We see what we like to see. We believe what we like to believe. We hear what we like to hear. We look for whatever fits our expectation and images in our mind, whatever fits our personal image of what a person should be, what a situation should look like, or what an outcome should be. We look for what society has normalized because that is what we want to see, encourage, and believe in. And that is very dangerous. It is dangerous because not everyone fits into the same shape. Everyone's situation is entirely different. Everyone comes from a different background, a different understanding, different cultural beliefs, different religious beliefs. And that is what makes people unique and different. And that is actually the beauty of being human, imperfect human. Everyone has something valuable to contribute and bring together to make things better. But unfortunately, when someone goes through a real hardship in our community, or when we dress certain way, or they talk about certain taboo topics, or when they stand up and say something outside the norm, they get judged heavily. They get outcasted. They get isolated, and their opportunities are stripped away from them. Society stops giving them the opportunity to thrive or to achieve their true potential simply because they do not fit that judgment. Instead, society prays and the opportunities go farther to do better in life are given to that specific frame, the frame of the perfect human, the person who obeys, who nods their head, who stays silent, whether someone else is right or wrong, and do not do anything. We praise fakeness, superficial interactions, surface level care. We reward fear based behaviors, dishonesty, controlling behaviors, and manipulative dynamics. Why? Because it mirrors our own unconsciousness, unconscious biases, and the beliefs that we carry as humans. It reflects where we grow up, how we learned, and what has said about certain groups of people or cultures. It makes us comfortable to stay exactly where we are and to keep thinking exactly how we already think. That gets the praise. While those who tell the truth and stand up firmly in their beliefs and values are pushed aside. That type of judgment is deeply harsh and it is deeply damaging. So, As I prepare to open up and talk about these heavy topics in the upcoming episodes, I really do want my audience to sincerely put their prejudice, their privileges, their theories, and whatever fixed vision or ideas they have in their minds completely aside. I want you to truly to understand the situation, the hidden barriers, and the depth of a person's life. I want you to see how a large, rigid system can play a massive role in the small world of a single individual, and how that structural impact can continue from generation to generation, from person to person. That systematic failure is exactly where the chaos in our society grows and multiplies every single day rather than decreasing. As the author, Jose Emilio Pacho, once wrote in Barrels in the Desert, we all are hypocrites. We cannot see ourselves or judge ourselves the way we see and judge others. Before we judge, we need to go back internally. It's hard for most. We need to reflect on where these judgments are actually coming from and uncover how we end up with these rigid conclusions in the first place. Let me tell you, it takes a lot of guts, self honesty, and inner strength to do so. How can we choose to be more present? How can be me? How can we be more mindful and more understanding? So before we look at a life from the outside and judge, let us choose to truly listen. Because words are deeply easy to manipulate, but reality tells a different story. As Nicholas Sparks beautifully wrote in his book, The Rescue, you're going to come across people in your life who will say all the right words, all the right times. But in the end, it's always their action you should judge them by. It's actions, not words that matter. I totally agree with this with Nicholas. I'm a person who believes in actions, not in words. When I interact with people, I see their actions towards me. So whatever comes out of their mouth, it loses power after a few interactions because their actions doesn't match with what they say to me. So the same thing, whatever we do in the world, in our society, we need to make sure that our action matches our words. Think about it. Thank you for being here. Open your hearts, protect your peace, and stay with me